Darkcast Network. Indie pods with a dark side.
Welcome back to Castles and Cryptids, where the castles are haunted and the cryptids are cryptic as fuck. And I'm Alanna.
And I'm Kelsey.
And we hope you understand we started our summer schedule. We weren't even sure what we had decided on. I think by the time we got done our Patreon and everything, it's like, oh, I think originally we thought this one was going to come out the day we're recording it, which is the 4th, but
yeah, we can totally record an episode the same day it was planned to come out, right? That's how that works.
Well, that's basically what we've been forced to be doing the last couple of weeks. And I know some people will 2 or 3 days before and it doesn't seem to bug them, but I'm more of the camp where it's like better to have it a week or two ahead, I feel like, especially if you're professional one, like, because we so are, but
we're so professional.
Fucking professional. We got ourselves a Patreon and everything. Yeah. So hopefully you guys understand. But we had to get out our Patreon. Yeah. So we should tell
our
them
summer
that's out. Sorry.
Yeah, and we're moving to a summer schedule if you didn't hear. So we'll be doing every second Friday for at least a couple months. We'll see how it goes, and if we can get ahead and stuff, we might go back to every week, or maybe stay. Who knows?
Yeah, feedback is always welcome. But exactly, I think it's fine. It's something that we don't want to, be rushed bringing stuff to you or to Patreon.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we were just decided might be a little easier for a bit.
Because we enjoy recording and doing the episodes, and we want to keep being able to put the same sort of effort and energy into each episode that we release. So hopefully
nothing like
this makes things a little bit easier.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we just don't want to become some bitter old podcast hags. Carrying on for some reason, but nobody knows.
Oh. You guys know Alanna and I could never stop talking about things. We just talked for like half an hour before we started recording.
About nothing, just like Seinfeld is. We've been watching Seinfeld again. But then I was like, why have we watched Curb Your Enthusiasm? Or have we watched it? And Pat was like, doesn't care for Larry David.
Oh, I never watched that one. I did watch Seinfeld like in the last couple years. I thought it was good.
But it's like,
it was kind of funny.
That's who he's based off of. It's basically the same show with the real Seinfeld. But Pat's so particular if he doesn't like a person or whatever. He just won't.
I'm kind of the same way. Yeah. Like the first couple times I tried to watch New Girl, I didn't love Zooey Deschanel. I'd watch movies with her in it, but I wouldn't watch a movie just because she's in it. So it took a couple tries before I got into that one, and the same thing with the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Okay, I mean, like, pilots can be rough too, so I suppose those both have especially New Girl, quite a good ensemble cast. So that's why I like that one. Man, Jake Johnson and his crazy podcast.
I did just watch that movie you told me about, Self-Reliance.
Oh, okay, yes,
that's the one. Him and Andy Samberg, and people are trying to kill him.
Right? Oh, it's the one where people are trying to kill him, not the one where he's trying to find the time travel friend or whatever the other one is. I can't remember.
No, I don't know what that is.
I think another one he directed, maybe. Yeah, he's been doing some different things. Some
Hold on.
weird
Gordo's
ones.
being bad. I had to put child locks on well, when I first got him, because he was obsessed with opening cupboard doors, I had to put child locks on like all the cupboard
Right.
doors that he could get at, and he knows how to open the one under the sink where all the chemicals are. I was like, you tiny little baby cat should not be out of all of the cupboards that you learned how to open.
Why? Yeah.
Like,
It's like, and then does he do
ugh,
anything
he's
once
in
he
it
opens
again.
it? Please stand by. Cat problems. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't miss the
Anyway.
days when the dog could get on the counter at our old place because of where the stairs were.
You're like,
Yeah.
I'm cooking dinner, but I have to go to the bathroom. So for 2.5 minutes, I will not be able to supervise everything. And it's like, I come back and I'm like, he's walking on the stove where like the burners are still on, and he's just walking across it. And I was like, oh, great, one wrong step and you're just going to burn your feet. Like,
oh my God.
He's up there licking a raw chicken breast or something. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
dogs leaping up and wolfing down a fucking steak without chewing them. God, was that Fenrir or was that our last dog?
oh.
Serious.
That's so funny.
I
see the videos. I see the videos on Instagram where somebody's eating, and I don't know, they have like half of I don't know, maybe like a chicken burger or something, and the cat will come over and they'll be like, don't you do it, don't you do it. And you just see the cat bite the other end of the chicken and whoop, it's gone. And they're running away. It's like,
bastards.
Yeah.
Cat bastards.
For sure.
There was a cute scene with a cat in The Accountant too. That one with Batfleck and John Bernthal. And they're brothers or whatever. I don't know. I always forget what that one's about. And then I'm like, oh yeah, he's like got ass syndrome. Acquired savant syndrome. They always say it, and then I'm like, that spells ass. Because I'm a child. But yeah,
I caught the ass.
John Bernthal's character like rescues a cat that he sees walk along the road. I don't know. It's cute. You'll have to watch it.
I don't know if I ever even saw the first one. So
it's worth a watch. Yeah. But Anna Kendrick's in the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good time.
Sounds fun.
It's like, I don't know, action-y and stuff too, because why not? They beat people up.
Yeah.
Always makes things funner, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's all the John Wick movies are. We just watched that one, the ballerina one. I think that's probably why I couldn't think of the name of the... Fuck, you just told me what it was too. The ballerina vampire.
Abigail.
Abigail. Guys, I have no brain today. It's my second, third day on 10-hour work day, and I don't know who I am.
No. My work was crazy this week.
Yeah, I say that like people don't work 12-hour days all the time.
Yeah. My brother, he's sometimes working, he's working normally between 12 and he's done up to like 18 to 20-hour days, depending.
Who has?
My brother.
Oh, gosh. That sucks.
Yeah. It's a lot. He's normally working 10 to 12s, and then certain days and things he'll have to work longer.
Yeah,
if they're doing like an overnight, like cement pouring or something like that he has to monitor. Yeah, he'll have to kind of stay on site with a reduced crew kind of thing.
Right, so like contracting, construction type.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Totally different world than I am used to.
We're just out here trying to talk for a living. We're like, it's fine. We're so unique. Nobody else is doing it because we're Canadian.
Try to pay
Canadian
me to
version.
talk to my best friend for hours every day. Oh, this is quote unquote work. I have to go to work now.
I know. It's fun. It's good when you can tell they're having fun. I just listened to the latest Amy Poehler's good. Oh, I just knocked my glasses off. Playing with my hair. Damn, blooper reel.
That was great.
This is why we need to record the video. No. Oh, she had on Idris Elba, and they kept joking.
Ooh.
And they have the video on this because the Spotify sometimes has video now if you have video available for your podcasts.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so she sits in her studio and she shows everyone her tiny little fake food she has sitting around the office. And today, she and Idris Elba, when they got there, like basically dressed the same. They were wearing like a white shirt with like a light blue blazer type jacket over. And they kept joking about how it was like, you know, they both got the memo. And she's like, I try to dress for who's coming in. And then, like, at the end of the episode, he's like, do you watch, like, you know, soccer, football? Because sometimes they trade shirts at the end of the game, and then they both try to, like, get in each other's jacket. And he, like, can't get it off.
He just rips it like the Hulk.
Yeah, and then she was, like, giggling and telling him that she's going to bill him for it. Oh, she's just so cute. They're just so fun, good time. Like, yeah, you're like, oh, I just want to put on this podcast and, like, laugh for a bit.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, well, hopefully that's what people feel with us, like they're sitting in the room laughing with us.
Hanging out with us.
Yeah. Hopefully, because we
Yeah.
are this dumb. This is what you see is what you get.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Well,
yeah.
I think we said that this originally was, we were planning this coming out, I think July 4th, kind of around the 4th of July in our I almost said our country to the south, but
our neighbor,
like our neighboring our neighbor to the south, in the U.S. of A.
Independence Day.
Yeah.
Woo. I know, so we said Happy Canada Day on the Patreon, but that just because that came out like on Canada Day, which is like 4 days before. So yay, happy Canada, belated Canada Day and America Day.
Yeah.
When this comes out.
Americana Day. Canada.
Yes, we Canada. Remember that?
Yes, we Canada.
Toy Story 4. It's what Keanu Reeves, he plays the little like Super Dave toy character, and he's on like a motorcycle.
I do not remember.
Oh, it's great. And
sounds
he's, like,
something Canadian. Like Keanu Reeves would do.
Yeah, so there's one line where he's like, can we do it or something? It's like, yes, we Canada. It's so great. God, I love Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
Yeah, he's a little Canadian, so yes, we claim him.
Yeah, we claim all the nice people.
Ones. Yeah, that's right. We're very, very proud, but also kind of humble about it because we're weird that way. We just love to like tell you who's Canadian, like we invented them.
Yeah.
Oh my
God. So we decided to do stuff around the American Revolution. I think originally it was like
on.
Yeah. I mean, mine's not really an American Revolution crime. I
immediately discounts the theme.
Well, see, I looked up like events in the American Revolution, and then that's kind of how I decided on what I wanted to cover. So yeah, mine isn't a crime, but it is centered around the American Revolution. So
yeah. No, that's normal. I feel like because we pick a topic and then it's like, well, it's like when you're talking, it's a war. Like there's lots of stuff that, and most of the things that are going on are somewhat criminal or at least out of the ordinary. It's like, it's definitely a different state of things. So it's interesting. Also weirdly, speaking of revolution, somebody in the chat today like was like, oh, look at this driver's first name, and their first name was Renaissance.
Oh no.
Tragedy.
Yeah. Did I tell you about a customer at work that I overheard her telling her, I think her kids were kind of like, they were going through checkout and kind of walking and browsing and looking at stuff, and the kids were kind of lagging behind her. So she like called like, hey, come on, catch up. And I can't remember what the one's name was, but her son, who looked to be maybe 6 or 7, was named Privilege. And I was like, what?
Ooh.
You named your child Privilege? Is this a name?
And he's white?
Yeah. I was like, this poor kid. You name fucking Privilege. Just...
That's a thinker. That's a thinker.
That'd be like naming your child Nepo Baby or something. Like, nepotism. My baby's name is nepotism. Like, what?
Oh my god, there was one on the
so
subreddit.
Weird to me.
The subreddit, the tragedy one, where tragedy is spelled like Eigh, and I fucking can't remember exactly now. But yeah, it was like someone at the hospital. Oh, aortic valve. Well, that's pretty. We'll call her that. Or like catheter or something. You're just like,
oh no, bedpan.
Someone
name my daughter Bedpan.
Or like, no, the other two that the same person was putting in the chat today. Mel was like, and then I also had one like that was like a, not like a Providence, but like, oh, like maybe, what are those ones that are like chastity and like,
yeah,
it's like that certain religious type that all have to do
I just
with,
think stripper
virtues.
names.
Right, and I'm like, the one you just said is like the opposite of like naming it after a virtue, like, yeah, like prosperity or purity, you know.
I'm gonna name my child Sloth. Gluttony.
Yeah. And what did you say it was? Privilege? Yeah, that's fucked up.
Privilege. So the first kid's name, I cannot remember now because the second I heard Privilege, it erased whatever the first kid's name was that she said. But I thought, oh, that's a weird name until she threw out Privilege. And then I was like, wait, hold on a second. What's happening? Like,
it was Po Bitch.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh, that's
Poverty.
a weird name. And then she was like, yeah. And then she was like, and Privilege. I was, get over here. And I was like, oh, what? It got worse. The second kid's name is worse than the first. And I thought the first was bad. I was like, damn, that kid's gonna be applying for a name change or like going by a nickname as soon as they understand. Like,
yeah, we were all joking that the pregnant coworker should not take her name inspiration from the work chat. It's
yeah.
Just look up tragedy. Eigh. It's so, there's so many good posts on that one where you're like, they named them what? Like I was saying to Rain the other day, they were like, and then they realized their friend's kid had the initials WAP. Oh no, right now that's not good. And someone replied that they, in a comment, that they had to yell, "You gave your kid the initials STD" to the friends of theirs. Named your kid something.
How could you do that?
Line up. I know, you have to think about initials, people. Initials are important.
Oh yeah. Become the high school or middle school bully that you always wanted to be, and try and think of the worst things you can.
Yes, because
to make sure your child's name passes the test.
Yeah, same thread, and somebody commented that somebody was gonna have the initials, the baby was gonna have the initials KFC, and they were like, "Oh, no daughter of mine is gonna be finger licking good," and like vetoed that. And mine spell amp, which is fun, but my mom's spell vag.
Mine's KDA, so I used to think craft dinner, eh? Because I'm Canadian.
Oh yeah.
So I'd be like, craft dinner, eh?
I like it. Plus, when you get the monogram, I think they put the last in the middle, so then you might end up being CAD. I don't know. People don't
She's
get
a
things
cat.
monogrammed anymore. What do I know?
No. Get monogrammed hanky that you can blow your nose into. What are we doing over here? I can't afford that.
Never afford it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Yeah.
This episode will still somehow be like 2 hours long, and we both have some of the shortest things we've ever done.
You're gonna be halfway through your short case, and I'm gonna be like, Kelsey, now I have to pee.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. I have to tell you about the world's first submarine attack.
To tell you.
I
love that.
I do. Okay. I have to tell you about it.
The first submarine attack?
Sorry, I'm drinking root beer, and it's making me burp.
Yeah. That's funny. The last time I did the cruise thing, then my brother was joking that I was trying to put my sister off working on ships.
I'm like, don't get on a submarine.
Yeah. Terrifying. There's a submarine sequence in the newest Mission Impossible where the submarine's at the bottom of the ocean. He has to go into it. Your sphincter is puckered the whole fucking time. It's ass plunging.
I'm
so scary.
A couple movies behind in Mission Impossible, so I'm not caught up. But I will get there.
Oh no, I didn't want to give him my money, but Pat wanted to go see it in theater.
Oh, fair, yeah.
Yeah, it was good though. Yeah, I mean, it's like if you're gonna see something on a big screen, that's a good movie to do it too.
Yeah. So I didn't know anything about this before. I guess submarines were first.
American history. Sorry.
Yeah, I kind of did. It was fun. Submarines were first built by a Dutch inventor named Cornelius. I think it's Drabel.
Oh my god, speaking of names.
I know, bring back Cornelius.
Oh, really?
It's so corny. And he invented the submarine in the early 17th century, but they were being used not during like naval combat or wars. Wasn't being
I can imagine they were rudimentary at that point. Like ships weren't.
Yeah, it's wild. You know? Yeah, a lot of ships were wood and stuff still, so we'll get into it.
Oh yeah, they all would have been. That's the 1600s. Yeah. That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, I think this meant to say like, yeah, that's the 17th century, but then a lot of our stuff takes place in the 1700s, so the 18th century.
Right.
I have an excerpt from Connecticut history that had basically some of the only real background I could find. There's this gentleman, David Bushnell. He's our main character, our main person we're focusing on, and he was born in 1740 in a section of Saybrook that is now Westbrook. In the
East Coaster.
Yes. He was the eldest of 5 children, and he was still living at home. Oh, he was living at home and unmarried at the old age of 26.
Damn, male spinster right there.
Yeah. He lost his father and his 2 sisters in a span of just 3 years, so a lot of tragedy. Mm-hmm.
Was that during the war?
I don't know. Like I said, this like literally all that I could find, and it's more than most stuff even said. So that's why
that was part of my problem too. Is like, yeah, there's not a lot written on some of these people.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, his mother quickly remarried, kind of out of the custom at the time because it's the 1700s, and also sort of out of necessity. She ended up leaving the farm was left to David and his younger brother Ezra, and David ended up selling his half of the farm to his brother Ezra and left to go study at Yale College.
Oh wow. Okay. can't believe Yale's that
Yeah.
old. God.
Right. Yeah, some universities are like hundreds and hundreds of years. It's crazy to me.
Can you
You're like,
believe
how
Yale
much
came
was
up in mine
tuition? A
too? Oh,
nickel?
sorry. Yeah, a wooden nickel.
A
But
penny?
like,
Half
no,
a
Yale
penny?
gets. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so awkward today. Ignore me.
Although the 31-year-old David was much older than the other applicants at the time, he was accepted and started going to Yale in 1771.
Okay.
And while a student, Bushnell, he experimented with methods to make gunpowder that was able to explode underwater, which reportedly
Oh.
terrified onlookers because they, like, what sorcery is this? We don't think this is possible.
Yeah, what the
Are you?
fuck? How do you keep the
Yeah.
gunpowder dry enough to explode? I don't
Yeah.
understand.
He would, like, put
They
it in
hadn't
something, and,
they
like,
hadn't
people
even
just, like,
invented.
hadn't thought of
Oh,
that.
yeah. Well, I just remember from Outlander. They hadn't even invented matches yet. Cuz Brianna goes to
Okay.
like try and make these matches. And they're like, have fun playing with that phosphorus. The minute you expose it to air, it lights on fire. That's why when you go
Yeah.
with the stuff, it exposes
Oh.
the phosphorus. And
Is that how that works? I thought it was ignited by the friction. That's what's happening?
something because he like gives her John Gray gives her this like jar of like some sort of phosphorus like stuff packed in like water to work on to try
Oh.
and make her matches. And yeah, it's
Interesting.
they're like, don't blow yourself up.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to
And
all sorts of shenanigans.
oh, and like the shit, like they had to dig in shit pits to get the saltpeter to make gunpowder and stuff. It was like found
Yeah.
under old outhouses and stuff. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Lovely.
Gross. Yeah.
Uh yeah, so this like confused the other students. And then in April of 1775, his last year at Yale, news of the battles at Lexington and Concord electrified Connecticut. And the college ended up closing early because of this, and he ended up moving back to his family's farm, like where his brother was.
Oh.
And Bushnell began working primarily on a machine that he would be able to use to set underwater explosives without being spotted, because now he wanted to like help in the war effort with his ability to make gunpowder explode underwater now. So now he needed a way
Wow.
to deliver like the explosives without being spotted underwater. So I was like, make a submarine.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he wants to be able to blow people up in the water. Okay.
Yeah. So like
And
submarines themselves already existed, but um
mhm.
I think they were pretty like rudimentary and basic, and wasn't anything that was very efficient or effective in to be like used in any sort of war effort. It was just maybe you could like move it and that kind of stuff, but it wasn't anything too complicated. But his ended up being
Right.
quite a lot different. So over the next year, what became known as the Turtle, him and his brother named it, which was the vessel,
Oh.
the whatever you want to call it. It started to take shape over different variations that they made. It was constructed out of oak wood that was bound with heavy wrought iron hoops, kind of like a barrel. So it's like a barrel kind of
Okay.
shape going up. And then it was, I guess, coated in a thick layer of tar, I think, to help with waterproofing.
Okay, that's what I was
So,
wondering about. Yeah, how a wooden structure would fare, but yeah, they did have ways of
yeah.
making them like
Yeah.
waterproof, I guess. Right. Like,
Um,
hmm.
there was a pretty good description. I put pictures of it on the drive. It's actually kind of like cool to look at. People have done replicas of it. There's quite a few replicas that are sitting in different museums and stuff, which kind of show the inside. So it's a little easier to imagine if you can see the pictures. But they had a pretty good description on Alice Obscura that said a local clockmaker was brought in. His name was Isaac Doolittle. I just noticed that. He helped design and construct some of the most ingenious parts. About 7 feet across in each direction, the whole thing was basically one giant cockpit. And the pilot, or as one admirer put it, the adventurer concealed within.
It looks from this model like a man sitting inside a man-sized grenade.
Yeah, some people did. Some people now say it really did look like a grenade. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. And it's very small. Like, you couldn't even fit 2 people in there.
It's more of what we'd call a submersible, I think, nowadays. Yeah, and those, we know they're scary, and they could be very dangerous or unsafe,
so
I should say.
The one piloting would sit on like this chair that's kind of suspended sort of in the middle, accompanied by about half an hour's worth of breathable air, which you would replenish by going, like, rising again up to the surface. There was some stuff said it you had to like manually uncap a couple of these bronze tubes in the ceiling that would like flow fresh air in. Other things said it was kind of set up like snorkels are, where it has like a little weighted thing that, like, when you go underwater, it just automatically plugs the air hole so that nothing gets through. So yeah, there was like a breathing thing, but didn't have a lot of fresh air or breathable air available.
Nope.
Yeah. Then there's also a complex series of pedals, cranks, and hand rudders that allowed said adventurer to move in all 3 dimensions, to be able to sink and rise, move forwards and backwards and turn. And for daytime visibility, he could peer through a series of glass peepholes. This is one of the things that drew me to it, I guess, and really stood out, is because at night, because of the limited air inside, they can't really have a fire or anything like that, and it's made out of wood. So how would you see at night, or how would you like keep your vision and be able to steer in there? Well, they solved that problem after a few trials and ended up putting in or you had to like go and get your bearings based on a barometer and a compass, which ended up being illuminated by foxfire, which is wood infested with a bioluminescent fungus, which would glow in the pitch black water and then, like a flame, didn't use up any oxygen. So they were literally using fungus as like glow in the dark shit to be able to see inside at night, which I thought was crazy.
Yeah, might as well. That's what they do at the bottom of the ocean.
That's
we know
so
now.
Yeah, that's so creative.
Why does that term sound familiar? That's
illuminated
weird.
by
I've never heard of that.
foxfire.
I don't think I've ever heard.
It's
there's a 1996 film. Sorry.
It said wood infested with a bioluminescent fungus. So I don't know. I thought it was pretty clever.
Oh, this came up on a podcast because this movie was gay. Anyway, nope, that's... I was listening to Handsome Pod today and somebody asked them what gay coded movies they liked, and I'm pretty sure that's why the name Foxfire sounds familiar, because they were talking about an Angelina Jolie movie, and I'm like, yeah, she's in this. Based on the Joyce Carol Oates novel Foxfire: Confessions of a Girl Gang. I don't know. No. I haven't seen it. But like I've never heard of people harnessing bioluminescence in that way. That's crazy.
Right? Like I've heard of the whole like the Radium Girls kind of thing where people were like doing the makeup, or they were painting the watches, and so they were aware of that kind of stuff, but I've never heard about like using the fungus and everything to like in that way. I thought was kind of interesting and inventive and creative.
That's cool.
Yeah. Another set of what they called gizmos would allow them to automatically attach the underwater bomb at the keel of the ship and set off the clockwork mechanism inside that would later trigger the explosion. So it was on like a time delay so that they could get to safety. They wouldn't blow up as well.
Why is clockwork so cool?
Yeah.
Even the word clockwork, I love it.
Right. It's not a cell phone. Call the cell phone and the bomb goes off.
No, it's so steampunky, you know? I don't know.
Yeah. You're like, this
It's not a
bomb
robot,
looks...
it's an animatronic or a automaton.
Yeah,
or
so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is literally one of the sources I had from that Atlas Obscura thing that said Lee, who ended up being the pilot of it, compared the submarine to a clam, and modern onlookers might be reminded of a human-sized hand grenade. That's literally what my source said. So when you're like, it looks like a grenade, I'm like, it does.
Well, especially in that one picture, because it even has a thing coming off the back that looks like I guess where the pin is or where you hold it. Like, you know, it's the little knob part that comes off a grenade.
I gotta look at the pictures again, because it's been a few days since I looked at them. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like the oxygen thing or what. Yeah.
Yeah, it did
It's
look
crazy though.
Different in one of the other pictures, so it's hard to say. But
yeah, I think a lot of these are the like recreations based on the sketches and stuff. So there's like 3 of them I think I ran across, and they all look slightly different, even though they're all supposed to be the same thing. So yeah. Depends on the museum that's like reconstructed it. But as far as what Bushnell, the original designer, thought it looked like, he believed the overall structure bore some resemblance to 2 upper tortoise shells of equal size joined together, thus its name, the Turtle. So when you look up like the Turtle submarine, this is what comes up, and it's affectionately known as the Turtle. So that's kind of cute.
Is he too turtly for the Turtle Club?
Turtle. So there was that's what the description that Atlas Obscura had. Some other information about it. Yeah, they had pretty good. I like that. Because other stuff was like, oh yes, using. Yeah. Other stuff was like, yes, and it could go up and down and sideways, but it didn't tell you like how it did it, or it didn't talk about the air, that kind of stuff. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, but a lead ballast was used. It was affixed at the bottom to keep it more balanced and upright, because because it's kind of like an oblong shape, it probably wouldn't want to stay upright in any way. So they did they did weight the bottom of it, and that kept it more stable. Bushnell and his brother Ezra tweaked the craft repeatedly, and Ezra was the main one that practiced piloting it, actually, up until he could maneuver it perfectly. And partly this was because it required a lot of strength and stamina to steer, and David, the older brother, was kind of more scientific, and because Ezra had still been on the farm like for those 6 years and stuff, he was a lot more strong and was able to keep up with like the demands of actually being able to steer it in water when it was actually when they were testing it and stuff. Like David just was not able to keep up with.
You gotta have that strong arm steering, like when your power steering goes out.
It's 100% your arms and stuff. Like it was a lot hard. And he just couldn't keep up with it. So the brother Ezra ended up being the main one to do it.
Oh, Ezra.
Yeah.
I bet he had some big
finally,
guns.
probably,
He's farm
yeah.
strong. Yeah.
Yeah. Finally, in September of 1776, it was time to put it to the real test against an actual target, which ended up being the Eagle,
Oh no,
which
turtle
was a
versus eagle.
warship. Yeah, I was like, oh, I didn't notice that before.
Usually turtle won't win.
Yeah. But before the attack could actually be carried out, Ezra ended up getting sick. Not gravely ill or anything, but he just couldn't end up going through with it. And a replacement pilot ended up needing to be found. And I guess a bunch of people volunteered, but this one guy, Ezra Lee, he ended up getting chosen. And then unfortunately he was only given a few practice runs at like navigating and steering and piloting the turtle before he went into like combat with it. Some stuff said it was like only a couple hours, and other stuff said it was a month. So I don't really know exactly the timeline.
I'm just like, what do they mean by combat with it? I thought it was to try. I don't know. It's just to take the explosive stuff, and they can launch it when they're in there too.
No, like they'll have to attach it to like somebody's ship. So like they have to go right up beside the ship and like attach a bomb to it and then be able to get away before they're spotted.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is crazy. And they picked another Ezra? What the hell?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, I was like, that's when I'm like, oh, his brother's name's Ezra. Oh, the other pilot's named Ezra. I was like, oh, this is confusing.
A tale of two Ezras.
Yeah. So the attack occurred on the early morning of September 7th, 1776, when the turtle was used in attempts to attach these 3 time-delayed bombs to the hull of this British admiral ship. It was Richard Howe's ship, the warship, the Eagle, and it was stationed in the New York harbor. And this is acknowledged as the first use of a submarine during warfare, which is kind of cool.
Oh
Yeah, it's like and this Ezra Lee guy is the first pilot ever like to use a submarine. So that's kind of cool too. Yeah, that's why I was kind of confused, because some stuff said that the brother Ezra, he got sick the day before, which was apparently September 6th, and that it was the next day they had already chosen like Ezra Lee, and they're like, yeah, he only had like a day to practice in the thing. And then other stuff said, oh, once he got chosen, like they took him back to where they had developed it and he got to practice for a month. And I was like, but you told me the dates. It was September 6th and September 7th. So how was that a month? Like, I don't know. I was
and
confused.
The fact they're both named Ezra just means like, yeah. It's probably playing a game of telephone. The history of it.
Yeah. But on this day, September 7th, the craft was piloted by Ezra Lee, who rowed for, like, after it got put in the water with him in it, he ended up having to row to get up to the Eagle warship for about 2.5 hours before he made it there. So it was a lot. They talk about, like, the stamina, being able to row for 2.5 hours straight, and then you're gonna have to do whatever you need to do, and then probably row another 2.5 hours.
Right, because it has oars.
Yeah, it's got kind of, it looks like it has like, yeah, like canoeing oars at the side of it.
Flippers.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. So while he worked on attaching the bomb to the hull of the ship, he could actually see British soldiers on the deck above and hear them talking. Like he could hear what they were saying. But because at this time, like, they weren't aware that something like this was possible or expecting anybody to use a submarine and attack them from the water in such a small like object, they weren't expecting or looking for any attacks coming from below, and because of that, the men failed to notice the turtle. It was like right up against the ship.
Yeah.
And Lee had almost attached the bomb to it successfully when he ran into a problem. I guess his tools were not able to penetrate a layer of iron sheeting that the ship ended up having on the hull. Like, they were expecting it to be made out of wood and that he could just drill a hole and like attach it. But that didn't work, and he wasn't able.
Darn.
Yeah. Lee, who was obviously tired from that like 2.5 hours of rowing already, didn't really have the strength or the knowledge of the capability of the turtle to be able to find another entry point or like come up with a backup plan. Like, he just didn't have enough experience or knowledge about it. So he decided to retreat, which ended up catching the attention of the soldiers above, who began following him. I don't know if they started like following him in the ship or what exactly they mean by they began following him. But he was able to stop them following him in their pursuit because he ended up dropping the bomb into the water, and they saw him do that, so then they didn't want to go near the bomb. So at least that bought him some distance. Yeah, he was able to get away, and they didn't know how long until the bomb was going to go off, and it ended up going off an hour later. And I guess both sides ended up watching as the detonation set a huge, massive jet stream of water up into the air, but ultimately didn't cause damage to anything.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like a huge explosion in the water and set up like this big geyser, but there was nobody near it. And then they were all kind of just like, okay, it exploded now.
Darn. Anticlimactic.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of is. So the next week, the turtle was used several more times during attacks against British ships on the Hudson River, but sadly, again, each time, due to different reasons, it failed. Most of the time, it was operator error, or because of like lack of skill, just because like the people piloting had no idea, or didn't have opportunity to practice enough with that kind of like vehicle or anything.
Yeah, it was a first. Pioneers.
Yeah, exactly. And the only ones who were ever really confidently able to operate the complicated submarine was its inventor, Bushnell, and then especially the younger brother, Ezra Bushnell. So
he never got to do
I
an
think it was
actual
hard.
mission?
I don't think so. I think they mostly other people used it.
Damn. That's disappointing.
Yeah, because it said... Yeah, because the one said Bushnell had become physically frail and was unable to pilot the turtle during any of its combat missions. So I don't know if that's meaning Ezra Bushnell.
Okay.
Yeah. During the Battle of Fort Lee, the turtle was lost after the American sloop transporting it was sunk by the British. So that's why we only really have recreations of it, is because the real like original one is actually gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be old.
Yeah, very, very old. Sorry. Only have a tiny bit more. Despite its unsuccessful attacks, General George Washington gave Bushnell, oh my god, a commission as an army engineer, and I did read a couple things that said George Washington may have actually been on the banks, like watching the first use of the turtle, like when it failed. against the Eagle, that like he may have been watching it at that time. So I don't really know, but he did know about it, and he ended up commissioning David Bushnell as an army engineer, and
Nice.
Bushnell ended up later helping to develop drifting mines, and even later was noted to be helping working on torpedoes and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So ended up becoming a very important person within like the military engineering,
this is like the
and
first
everything.
step towards torpedoes and shit. That makes sense.
Yeah. So a lot of the torpedoes, and first off, I think the drifting mines were probably the first stage of like torpedo use. They helped destroy British frigates and ended up ultimately causing a lot of damage on other British ships during this time. So
nice.
Gordo just went
okay.
It was so loud. Sigh. The life of a cat. It's so exhausting. Yeah.
Just listening.
After the war, he became commander of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers that were stationed at West Point. And his brother, Ezra Bushnell, I don't really know what ended up happening to him after, but he died in 1786. And David ended up passing in 1826. So yeah, and Ezra was younger than him, so his brother must have died at like a fairly young age. I don't know what time when he was born, but
that's too bad. Wasn't one of them born around 1740 or whatever?
I can see. Hold on. I know what year David was born, apparently. 17. Yeah, David was born in 1740. So 60, 70. He died in his 80s? Yeah.
In 86?
Yeah, he was about 86. So, yeah, I don't know how old his brother was, but his brother died 40 years before him. So his brother might have only been in his 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or younger, which is really sad, I thought. I thought it was kind of nice and cool that Ezra Lee, the one that originally piloted, he earned a particular distinction as well. As his obituary put it, when he died in 1821, saying, quote, "This officer is the only man of which it can be said that he fought the enemy upon land, upon water, and under the water." Which I don't think is true anymore, but at the time was definitely an accomplishment.
Tried to fight, though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I thought that was kind of cool because that's a pretty big honor as well. And then I kind of said it a few times, but there's multiple reconstructions of the turtle that now sit on display at various museums around the world. I think there's like 2 or 3 of them that have different ones that they look kind of cool if you look it up. It looks very, as you said, like steampunk. Lots of gears and levers. It's not much bigger than like a person sitting in a hand grenade.
No. We should use that picture for the episode post, because I don't think I have any pictures.
Bushnell's turtle. I just think that's funny. But yeah, that's all I have. Boom! Under an hour.
Woo! And true to prediction, I have to go pee. That was very good, though.
And we'll yeah, thanks. I had fun looking it up.
No, I never heard of it.
I hadn't either, and I was like, bioluminescent, like mushrooms or fungi. I was like, that's pretty hardcore. Yeah.
Is.
All right, we will be right back for part 2.
We will pee right back.
Welcome to Murder and Mimosas.
I'm Shannon.
And I'm Danica.
Are you looking for a unique twist on your true crime podcast? Join us on Murder and Mimosas, where a dynamic mom and daughter duo delve into chilling crime stories while sipping mimosas.
Each Saturday, we mix our favorite brunch drink and dive into some of the most intriguing true crime cases. Our casual yet captivating conversations blend our southern sarcasm with fresh perspective.
So pour yourself a mimosas, get cozy, and tune in as we uncover the darker side of humanity together.
And we're back. I hope you enjoyed that commercial break. What did they used to say on TV? And we're back. Thank you for joining us.
We'll be back after these messages. All right. I'm going to tell you about someone called Anna Strong and the Culper gang. So.
Okay.
I like to put it together. It sounds like a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is weird to try to look up crimes for topics like these, and like if you just put in crime, you might just get like people's farms being looted and stuff. So I just was like,
oh,
I think I looked up spies.
All that came up was like war crimes and like
war crimes. Boring.
Like, yeah, like these potential war crimes and like prisoners of war and treatment like, and all this
if
stuff.
You have to look up
I was like, oh, that's not what I'm intending.
No, it's like if you try to look up like true crimes in Argentina, but then they just give you like what the crime rate is if you move there because
the stats.
Googled it. Yeah, and you have to be like murder case or like
Yeah.
So I kind of did what we like to do before, and I was like, I'll see if there's any spies or cool things like that to talk about.
Yeah, okay.
And then I had to be like, oh wait, did we cover this gal? Because then we had both done female spies before, but
oh yeah, we did.
I did Virginia something, and I think you did Elizabeth something. So I think we're good.
I can't even remember. I know we did a case on it.
It was on Patreon.
Yeah, and it was a while ago.
I know I could barely remember the name of the lady I covered. I think because they gave her a horrible nickname, which was the limping lady, after she had to get a prosthetic leg.
Oh yeah. Yep. I remember that.
But I looked in that. I think that was like I think you might have done one from the what was the next war they had? That one with the slavery.
The Civil War?
Thank you. I was like, the word is not coming to my head. I just kept thinking like Confederate and like Continental. Wow. Okay, so this is Anna Strong. She was born on April 14th, 1740. Oh, just like your guy.
Oh, wow. One guy. What a good year.
Baby boom. She was an American patriot and worked as a spy in what was called the Culper spy ring. But first, she was born Anna Smith in a place that I didn't look up the pronunciation for. Setauket. It's in New York. Yep. Who fucking knows? And married. He also had a weird name. It's either Sela or Sela. Selah. I'm 10 out of 10 for me looking up things to pronounce them right. Especially you always know like when it's some small thing that there's like, well, the locals say it like this. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
So she got married to him when she was 20 in 1760. And he was a captain in the militia and a delegate to the first 3 provincial congresses in colonial New York. Whatever that means.
Sounds pretty important.
I just saw provincial and went, hey, we have those provinces.
Damn, the US trying to copy us?
Privilege! Get back here! Sorry. I don't know why.
I really, for the life of me, wish I could remember what the first kid's name was, because it was also a terrible name, and I cannot remember it, because as soon as she yelled, privilege, get over here, then I was like, oh, your second kid's name, what?
It had to be similar. Yeah.
But it was still it was a normal kid's name. It was just a really, why'd you name your kid that? But then she came out with privilege, and I was like, oh, so this is not just a one-off thing.
That's rough.
But at least the first one was still like a
passable
name, you know? It's a name I had heard before. It was just like, yeah. It would be like naming your child Cornelius nowadays, and then it'd be like, this is their younger brother, Privilege. Like, oh, this poor family.
And his sister, Arrogance. I don't know. I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
All these terrible traits.
Yeah.
Oh, God, one of them. No, I can't stop thinking about the subreddit now. There's so many bad ones.
Oh, I'm sure it's endless.
Shotgun?
Name my Control Alt Delete.
Yeah, they were like, oh, Dallas. No, it's Cowboy. I was like, wait, what? I can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm getting off track. Okay. Reining it back in. So Anna and her husband, Sela, I'm gonna say, got together and start popping up children, you know, like they do.
Yeah.
They had like 6 living children, because they had had 2 babies that died in infancy, which is obviously common. But yeah, they were doing pretty good, working on the kids when he was first suspected of spying, and they imprisoned him in the Sugar House of New York City. Don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Surprisingly, didn't Google it for once. But they keep sugar. They store sugar there, maybe. And they later moved him to be held on the HMS Jersey. So they did imprison him on a ship for a bit. But then Anna was working her magic. She's bringing him food, and she has wealthy family Tory connections. So like British loyalists. Yeah. Which I think that word has different connotations in Canada, but yeah, it meant like loyalists. So she had that wealthy family, you know, friends in high places. She can negotiate his release, which is really good.
I was gonna say, who's helping her with these like 6 children?
Yeah. She's like, come home, I will work my fucking family's magic. So then, yeah, speaking of which, he then goes off with the kids. He gets released, and then he takes the kids off to Connecticut, which I think was farther away from the, you know, like fighting and a little bit safer.
Yeah.
And Anna stayed home to take care of the property, because speaking of property being looted and stuff, like, yeah, you couldn't just leave it alone. You had to guard it. So, then ironically, she decides to become a spy.
She's like, I will be better at it than you ever were.
Suspected of being, yeah. I don't think he ever was one.
Oh, damn, he wasn't.
Right? He was a captain in the militia. I don't know.
She's like, well, we already got accused of it. It's already attached to your name. Might as well make it true.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's the side character in this story. It's all about her and her group, which is nice for once. No. So she stayed home on the, they actually called it Strong's Neck, and it was their hamlet on Long Island. So that was a good cover for them to be in the thick of things, but also just be at her house. And she was childhood pals with a Benjamin Talmadge. So she was top of mind when he was tasked with creating a spy group.
Ah.
I know. He thought of his female friend. Good for him.
Yeah.
So this Major Benjamin Talmadge was working, or he recruited an Abraham Woodhull, and they would provide Washington with key information on British headquarters activity in the summer of 1778. So that's when it started, and then they would continue to supply all the information they could until the British left in 1783. Which is, it's funny because we always think of it like, because they signed the Declaration of Independence in 76, that's like, when everything stopped, but it did not. They're still fighting for their independence. It was named the Culper Ring for the code names of the leaders, essentially. They were... I'm just wording this wrong. So the code names were Samuel Culper, aka Abraham Woodhull, and Culper Jr., which was aka Robert Townsend. So yeah, they were the ones that was named after. I guess I just made up the name Culper for their code name. I don't know.
Yeah.
And there was other members. Their real names were Caleb Brewster, Austin Rowe, Hercules Mulligan, which is great.
Damn.
And some say
Hercules Mulligan.
Hercules Mulligan.
That sounds like a draft beer or something.
Something all right. And they may or may not have included she was called Townsend's paramour, known only today as Agent 355. But she's a very mysterious figure, and not a lot is known about this Agent 355, and some sources say that she died in 1780, so wouldn't have been necessarily around to be part of it that whole time. Hard to say.
I think I ran across, when I was looking up stuff for the American Revolution, I think I ran across them because Robert Townsend sounds familiar, and then I remember looking up that agent girl. Yeah,
I love that name. It's so very
came
vague
up. I was
and
like,
cryptic.
oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Exactly, like not even a code name, just agent number.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be nice to delve more into that. Cryptic things. We love it.
Yeah.
So cryptic, in fact, that even George Washington himself didn't know all their names of the group, and some were even kept so secret it didn't come out until after the whole revolution was over, until some correspondence was discovered in 1929. So,
wow, that's a long time. It's almost the 50-year kind of thing that they do.
The 50 year? Oh, because they can keep some stuff private for 50 years?
Yeah. Yeah, like they have certain things that are like
become public information after so long.
Yeah.
I think.
But that's a long time. That's like 100 and something years.
Oh yeah, and then they found some correspondence. Like their names were not written down anywhere. They were smart.
Wow.
Yeah, that made them. They were a highly successful spy ring. They basically made a chain of communication, which we'll get into. And although several members fell under scrutiny and or were arrested at some point, none were ever outed or executed. So
wow, good for them.
I know they did good.
Yeah.
Plus they had a unique setup compared to like what mostly was single person, single trip kind of spy missions, where spies or scouts would go behind enemy lines to gather information straight from the source, and it was very dangerous.
Okay.
Like young Ian is an Indian scout on Outlander. But you have to go behind enemy lines. You're right into the den of the wolves or whatever. And they knew that there was a former Yale classmate. There's Yale again. A classmate of Talmadge's, who was called Nathan Hale, and he had been caught and killed on one such mission. So Ben Talmadge was determined that that would not happen to his team. So they all operated basically out of their own homes and businesses, which were peppered over New York, Long Island, and I think up into Connecticut as well. They would gather intelligence at two main places, Townsend's Tavern and Dry Goods Store. I just want to say haberdashery. No, they called it a dry goods store.
A general store.
Or they would do it at Mulligan's tailor shop, where both places where the redcoats were known to hang out. So they'd listen and they'd gather the information. They would be passed from one member to another in a chain all the way to Washington's HQ.
Oh no, it's a game of telephone.
Yeah, it kind of is, right? That's what I think I called it that somewhere. But Austin Rowe would come to the tavern / store to get supplies, because he also owned a business, a tavern on Long Island. So from the first tavern, he would go to Woodhull's Setauket Farm, which was also on Long Island. So that's how it gets from the first place. And then from the farm, the Brewster guy, Caleb Brewster, rowed his whaleboat across Long Island Sound to the Connecticut shore. Okay, so Brewster would row his whaleboat across the Long Island Sound, and on his way, as he passed Anna's house, he could see her clothesline. So this is where she would signal to him if there was a message and where to find it, by way of putting things out on the clothesline. So
really?
Yeah.
What a secret code. Just be like, I'm doing my laundry.
I know. I feel like I've heard people like offhandedly mention something like this, but I had never heard of the whole scheme. I don't know if this gets, prominent taught in American schools, because whatever, they like to keep out the fun stuff of history sometimes.
Yeah, if I ever got to learn about people being spies in school and social studies, I would have paid a lot more attention.
I know. It'd make history class so much more fun.
Yeah.
So there's the signal. If a black petticoat was hanging on the line, it meant a message was waiting for him and to go meet the messenger. For some reason I kept thinking it said a black negligee, and I was like, I don't think they had those then. And I don't think she'd be hanging it out on the line.
her husband's in Connecticut.
When she puts out a black brassiere in her
Kentucky.
ball gag. Yeah.
She left her thong on the clothesline. Just a blowing in the wind. Or anybody going down the river to see. Hey boys, my husband's out of town. So are the kids.
We kind of put up a little, it's not really a clothesline, I think. Well, it's kind of just wrapped around the porch or whatever. And you could use it as a clothesline. I don't remember. Pat put it up, but then I do remember our neighbors were having a party, and then we was like, oh, I had put out sheets to dry or something because it was summer, and I was like, oh no. I felt gross. I was like, I gotta go get my dirty looking sheets off the line. I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say underwear's hanging up there.
No,
just
God.
Oh, hi.
Oh yeah, embarrassing. Okay. So the black petticoat was out, then there was a message, and then there would be up to 6 white handkerchiefs also hung out on the line, and the number of which corresponded to which of the 6 coves the messenger would be waiting in. So that was where Brewster was to go to get the message. Wow.
What if one of them accidentally blew off the clothesline?
He couldn't find that guy that day.
Yeah.
But no, it seemed to work. They said they were very successful, which is my next paragraph.
Nobody's ever going past going damn, this girl does a lot of laundry.
She wears that petticoat a lot. Yeah. No, I didn't care what women were doing.
Women were barely people.
I I know. I read that cool book about all the like a bunch of female spies from the Civil War. God damn it. Brain fart. Okay, so the last leg was for Talmadge's dragoons. God, I love it when there's dragoons. To carry the reports to Washington's headquarters in Morristown, New Jersey, at the time, I guess. Extremely effective and successful in their work. They were more successful than any other network in the war, apparently.
Wow.
I don't know that there was many other networks. Like I said, I think it was mostly people, like single people doing it.
Yeah.
They did manage to foil the British plans to attack the fresh French troops that had just arrived in Rhode Island one time. So that was good. And they caught secret communication between good old Benedict Arnold and the British. Ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Guess who meets him in Outlander? Claire. All right. I'll put $1 in the Outlander jar.
I think you owe like $9.
I know. It's like Schmidt's douche jar. Speaking of New Girl. Or whenever we were. Yeah, so what he was offering was to surrender the American fort at West Point in exchange for money and a command in the British Army. 20,000 pounds, in fact, was his price.
That was probably a lot.
Oh, yeah. That's why he's known as one of the biggest turncoats or whatever, but they never, they found that out, so they foiled the plan, but I don't think they caught him in time to kill him then. I don't know. I do know he gets caught eventually, but yeah. They gathered all kinds of intelligence, such as sketches of forts, ship arrivals, departures, troop activities, strength, positions, and even morale. Also the status of British supplies. Here's where I padded it with some lovely quotes. The Culper ring employed several methods of spycraft in its operations. In addition to providing his agents with code names, Talmadge devised a cipher system for their intelligence reports. Keywords and terms were encoded as a 3-digit number based upon their position in John Entick's The New Spelling Dictionary, a popular work of the day. So popular. I'm just going to kick back with my spelling dictionary. God. Those reports were also written with invisible ink that required a special chemical compound to be brushed over it to reveal the writing.
Oh, classic spy shit. Invisible
Give me that
ink.
lemon juice. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Then as I was typing up the notes today, then I was watching some the British show Taskmaster, and they gave them a clue where the task where they had to secretly give a message to the Taskmaster guy without being caught giving the message, and I was like, spy shit. Cool.
Yeah.
And one guy just went, well, now I've just panicked and opened a lemon. He didn't know what to do. Oh my god. So it said, moreover, the reports were frequently embedded in letters addressed to notorious Tory sympathizers on Long Island as an additional step to prevent their seizure by British troops inspecting material carried by Culper agents. So, although it was a reliable method of passing information, it was a bit slower than the spies would have liked in some of the more traditional methods, I guess. Yeah, because it's got to go through so many layers. To further prove that this quote, while this process protected the agents, it slowed transmission of intelligence, as when reports of an impending British raid on the headquarters of Talmadge's unit, the 2nd Dragoons, arrived after the raid and the capture of intelligence reports and operational funds locked in Talmadge's personal trunk at the scene. So that came a little too late.
Yeah.
Can't win them all.
Yeah, I don't think anything works 100% of the time, so...
50% of the time, it works 100% of the time, or however that quote goes. All right. Oh, this is so funny. I'm almost done.
We did it! Under 2 hours!
I guess so. The first one's only 56 minutes.
Set off the confetti cannons. I'm so tired. My eyes are glazing over. I'm just like, I probably look drunk right now. My eyes are so like narrow. I feel like I'm looking at you like squinting.
Your screen froze when you had your hand on your forehead.
No, not again.
No, it's gone now. But yeah, I was speaking of looking tired. For a minute, it was like, ugh. Yeah, that's funny. It's like, yes, this is the episode where you could tell castles and cryptids they just gave up. No, just kidding. No, it's good. It's good. There just wasn't very much more on this one. I don't know. One of the Ring's most important contributions to the war effort was intelligence that saved. Oh, this is expanding on the French troops that they saved. The fresh French troops. Townsend learned that British General Sir Henry Clinton was preparing some 8,000 troops to attack the French force of approximately 5,800 troops under General Jean-Baptiste Donatien de Vimeur, Comte de Rochambeau. Fuck, why are French names so long? That had just arrived at Newport, Rhode Island on July 11th, 1780. After 3 months at sea, worn out and sick from the voyage, the French troops likely would have been no match for Clinton's battle-hardened force. Wow, they misspelled Townsend as Townshend. Okay, not my fault. Townsend hid his report on Clinton's plans in a letter to a well-known Long Island loyalist, which Rowe transported past the sentries around New York City. It was delivered to Washington's headquarters in Morristown on July 21st. Upon receiving the report, Washington led his troops across the Hudson River and marched towards Manhattan. Oh, that sounds so weird nowadays. Marching towards Manhattan.
Yeah.
Learning of Washington's advance, Clinton returned with his troops to secure New York City, leaving Rochambeau free to rest and refit his troops. So that's good. And after they all got to come home and all that, Anna was able to reunite with her husband and children. And then
I was just gonna say, what's he doing in all this? He's just like, hey, wife, how's it going? She's like, I've been a spy for years.
Him and like 5 people that are his help around the house are helping him take care of the children. You know, there's nannies and
yeah.
But yeah, they clearly weren't done. So they came home and made baby number 7. Now, speaking of names, let me give you the rundown of their children.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay, no, they're not bad, but did make me giggle.
Gertrude.
So,
Gertrude. Beth Ann.
No, I had a Grandma Gertrude. Yeah, the first one I've never heard before. It's Keturah? I don't know. Kind of like the dad's name. I don't know how to say it.
Never in my life.
Keturah. Keturah? Then, and the rest are quite normal. But let me just go through them. So, Keturah, Thomas Shepard, Margaret, Ben Franklin, William Smith, Will Smith.
These are such
Joseph,
a generic name.
And baby number 7, George Washington Strong. Isn't that an awesome name? She named like 2 of them after the founding fathers. And then one of them just ends up being Will Smith, so also is a celebrity. When you only had biblical names to choose from, hey? Good old white names.
Yeah, you're like, why do you have 2 first names?
I'm like, good old white names. Poor Will Smith. Sorry, Will Smith.
Oh, I heard a fun fact about him the other day. Or someone on How Did This Get Made was saying how, like, because wasn't his character called Will on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? I think. Because he was like,
I think so, yeah.
he said something like, if you can get them to, name your character the same name as your name, then at least, 20 years from now, when people is yelling your character name down the street, it's your actual name and not like Penelope. Privilege.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his name's gotta be Will. I was so sad. I was like three seasons into watching Fresh Prince when they took it off Netflix.
Oh no.
Then, yeah. So, yeah, I wasn't watching it anymore.
I don't remember how many seasons there are, but I don't think there's anything too crazy. Like in some of those shows, they're like, and then they randomly replaced the mother or got rid of a sister, You're like, what?
They did. They replaced the mom. Or Aunt Viv.
Is it that Prince. One? Oh, okay. I thought maybe that was the Cosby Show. Okay.
No.
That's funny.
Yeah, they replaced the aunt and...
Okay. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Just like that one on Sense8.
They did that one so funny, though.
Yeah.
They're just like,
at least they acknowledged
you look different. Did you get... He's like, yeah, I have a new barber. And they're like, oh, great.
Yeah.
You look like a different person. And they're kind of like, ha.
Other than, most of them, like, that 70s show just up and replaced the sister and just pretended like it looked like the same person. You're like, okay. Yeah. They're both blonde, but still. And the one source said that Anna went by Nancy. So I was just like, well, that's a weird nickname.
Oh, that's a totally different name.
Yeah, what if I was just like, I'm Alanna, I go by Nancy? Like, what?
You'd be like,
those ones never make any sense. Right. It's longer than your name. Or somebody said that Pearl is a nickname for Margaret. I think I was in the comments of something, and I was like, that is weird. Why?
No, I'd say Maggie is a nickname for Margaret.
Yeah, or Marge. Like, these are ones I've heard of. Yep.
Yeah.
Then you get those old-fashioned ones where they just like, it has nothing to do with the original name, but that's apparently what we decided.
Yeah.
Oh. Yep. So that's
our episode.
I'm like, I'm sorry if it wasn't paranormally enough for you guys. But
oh no, this one I think was supposed to be true crime.
Or true Right.
I think this one was supposed to be true crime. That's why we're like, American Revolution crimes, but nah.
Yeah.
We can lean into the history podcast.
I know. Whenever it's gonna be like war themed crimes, I'm gonna do spies. It's just what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
They're just too cool.
Mm-hmm. And I just got like fascinated with the thought of bioluminescence fungus, and then I was like, okay, guess I'm covering a submarine. Like,
yeah. How did you come across that again?
I think after I tried looking up American Revolution crimes and just came up with about a bunch of stuff about like war crimes. I think I looked up weird moments in American Revolution or like that. funny things in the American Revolution and stuff. So I had like a few different things. Yeah, and then people were commenting about like a lot of like affairs that happened or just kind of like other stuff like that, and I was like, oh, none of these are super interesting. And then they were just like, yeah, this one guy built this tiny submarine and it failed every time they tried to use it, but it's still famous. And I was like, what? I was like, okay, I gotta look this up. And then when I saw the pictures, I was like, that thing looks wild.
Wharf shit is wild. I forget what we were watching the other day, and the like tactics to make these inflatable looking tanks and stuff so that people would think they had way more personnel and equipment and vehicles from afar. I was just like, this is bizarre that this actually happened in history. And up close,
they shoot a gun at it and it just flies through the sky because it's deflating. You're just like, oh.
Exactly. It just pops. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Good times, you guys. We can always find the weird
they do
parts
some weird stuff.
History. Yeah. But we're going back to our paranormally creepy roots next week. Oh yeah.
Vampires.
Yeah. Cases of the cold ones. I don't have anything yet, so I'm excited to go looking for something because I don't know.
Okay.
What I'm gonna cover. Yeah.
When I decide on one of mine, I'll let you know who it is.
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely some that come up in the true crime kind of world of people that like think they're vampires and stuff. So like it could go any direction.
Yeah, there's a lot out there. A lot of different ways you can take it. So, yeah.
It's always fun to misunderstand the assignment. Yeah. It's open
gotta
to
have
interpretation.
fun. You can't block yourself into a corner too much.
No. We never would. We just do whatever we feel like.
Yeah.
Damn straight. And you love it.
I almost said catch you guys next week, but we are bi-weekly now, so we will be coming out every second week. So
that's true. The next one would be like the 25th, I think. So yeah. Hang tight or visit us on Patreon.
Yeah, we're gonna keeping up with our Patreon monthly episodes. If you guys miss us too much, you can join Patreon. There's plenty of episodes, as long as our normal regular episodes here, sometimes 2 hours or more, depending on what we're doing.
Just dropped our conspiracy episode a couple days ago.
We also have movie reviews, recaps, watch along things, hear our opinions on different true crime documentaries.
True.
We do Reddit stories over there.
We
lots
do
of different things we don't.
Yeah.
Lots of things there we don't do over here necessarily.
Exactly. Because you can just be a little more unfiltered sometimes.
Yeah, behind the paywall.
All right, well, we love you guys and keep it cryptic.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you for listening to Castles and Cryptids. We love all our listeners and appreciate every subscriber, every new review, every listen, rate, and download. Our music is by Kobe Off Air, and our cover art is by Antonio Garcia. We are also a proud member of Darkcast Network, where you can find the best and spookiest of all indie podcasts. Follow us on social media, where we are at Castles and Cryptids on mostly all of the things, now including TikTok. Check out our bonus content on Patreon, cryptid clashes, video minisodes of your host making asses of themselves, Ask Me Anything, quizzes, other special episodes, and more. Starting at just $2 a month, you can get 1 to 2 extra episodes, depending on your level. We produce, edit, and research everything ourselves, and any support you can lend helps us to keep it cryptic.